Welcome to the Sci-Fi Invasion. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this 50 movie box set in 50 weeks. The movie I watched today was called The Manster from 1962. So this movie, I really didn't know what to expect from this movie. I've heard the title of this movie many times throughout the years, and I've never given it a chance, and I'm really glad I saw it now. This was a fun one. This one was really fun. Right off the bat, this movie starts off with naked women taking a bath, someone's powdering their nose, and then a big gorilla comes in and kills everybody. And this is the first 20 seconds of the movie. And then it's credits. And it's revealed that what this big gorilla is, it's actually a human that's been mutated by this scientist. And this whole movie takes place in Japan. Near that big mountain that I think is a dormant volcano. Yeah, the scientist is on this mountain and he's experimenting on like friends and family. And the movie seems to try to paint him as a more sympathetic character, but he's clearly a monster. And the movie sometimes acknowledges this, but like the big gorilla you see in the beginning of the movie, that's the scientist's brother. And he kills him in the opening of the movie. And then it shifts from that to a white reporter who's, for some reason in Japan, I can't remember the reason why, but he wants to interview the scientist. And the scientist, for some reason, thinks he's a perfect specimen for his bizarre fungus research that makes like you superhumans or whatever. So he drugs him and then injects him with the stuff. And this whole movie is like, it's kind of like an early body horror film where he's slowly transforming. But the first sign of transformation is that he just starts cheating on his girlfriend a lot. He gets drunk, he's cheating on his girlfriend. That's the first sign of transforming into a monster. So like, I don't know, if you're cheating on your girl and you get caught, just say like, oh no, I was injected by a Japanese scientist. That'll get you out of that situation. And then his hand turns into a gorilla hand, and he just starts killing prostitutes all around Japan indiscriminately. And then it moves from there to he starts sprouting into their head. And this scene, I swear, Sam Raimi must have seen this and took inspiration from it, because he rips off his shoulder and he sees an eye on his shoulder just blinking. It's straight from the third Evil Dead movie, Army of Darkness. Actually, this is just coincidental. I forgot that was in this movie. So I got my Evil Dead stuff here. So a head grows, and then they start killing people all over the place. Towards the end of the movie, they split apart. And this scene is also very reminiscent to Army of Darkness when the two halves of Ash split. It's a fun movie. And one of the things I like, I don't think I wrote this in my notes, but one of the things I really liked about this movie was right at the very, very end, where, you know, a lot of these 50s, 60s movies, they try to cram a message at the very end. But I like how this one was done, because when they split apart, the spoiler alert, the reporter kills the evil half of him, but he gets arrested. And it ends with like, well, what are we going to do about this? Like, can we pin these murders on this reporter? Because he killed the creature. Like, how do we legislate? Is there any legislation that can prove that he's not a murderer because he technically did it, but it wasn't him? And I thought that was a really interesting. I thought that was a really interesting way to end the movie, because it's not quite a happy ending. I feel like that's a whole Star Trek episode of just like a courtroom scene of just like, well, he physically did it. Although I guess modern Star Trek would just be like, oh, alien-induced temporary insanity. Like they just hand-waved Alison Pill's character being a murderer in the latest Star Trek series. Sorry, I should not bring up Star Trek. Modern Star Trek irritates me to no end. Yeah, not much to say about this one either. It's a fun monster movie. You can't go wrong with it. It was entertaining. It was brisk pace, just beginning and end. It's only an hour. I really like this one. I think I would definitely watch it in the future. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember, please be kind and rewind.